For more than 100 years, there's been this one university that's been a total powerhouse, quietly shaping the future for women across Asia. Today, we're going to dive into the story of Lahore College for Women University, an institution that was literally built on the idea of empowerment and leadership. Okay, let's just start with one number because it tells you so much of the story. 15,000. That's right, that's how many women are studying at LCW right now. To go from a small college to a huge campus with that many students, well, that number speaks for itself. It shows you just how much demand there is for what they offer.
But a number that big doesn't just happen. It's driven by a super clear mission. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Uzma Qureshi, just nails it with this quote. She says LCW is a hub of academic excellence for women empowerment and entrepreneurship in Asia. So it's not just about books, it's about creating leaders and business owners. That's the big idea here.
So, how in the world do you go from a tiny college to one of the largest universities for women on the entire continent? I mean, that journey is pretty incredible, and it spans a whole century of progress and change. You can actually see all the big moments laid out right here. So it all kicks off in 1922 as just a small residential college. Then, by 1950, they've outgrown their home and need a bigger space. Then you see the huge jump in 1999 when it becomes a degree awarding institution. And the final step, becoming an official women's university in 2002. Every single step was a deliberate move toward the powerhouse we see today. And if you really want to see that growth, just look at this. Think about it. Back in 1922, it was just 60 students and 13 staff members. That's it. Now, fast forward to today, and you're talking about a community of 15,000 people. I mean, that's not just growth. It's a giant statement about how much society has come to value the education this university provides. You know, growing like that doesn't happen by accident. It's got to be fueled by something powerful, a mission that's been guiding the university since day one. And this is it. This is the why behind everything they do. The goal has always been crystal clear. Empower women with a great education so they can become major players in the country's development. It's about personal success, sure, but for a much bigger national purpose. All right, so we have this big, powerful mission, but what does it actually feel like for a student on campus today? Let's take a peek inside the modern LCW and see what's really going on. First off, academically, the place is just massive. We're talking 7 different faculties. That covers everything from the hard sciences and engineering all the way to arts and social sciences. So this isn't some small niche college, it's a full-on university where you can study pretty much anything. But here's the thing, it's about way more than just lectures and exams. The whole experience is designed as a journey, right? It starts with tough academics, then moves into all these cool co-curricular activities, and the end goal is to prepare students to make a real impact in the world. They're not just building scholars, they're building successful, well-rounded people. And they are not kidding about that co-curricular part. I mean, there are dozens of student societies, so no matter what you're passionate about, there's a place for you. You've got everything from a botanical society to an English debating society, and even a competitive Model UN team. It's an absolutely buzzing hub of student life.
And all that energy on campus, it definitely translates into some serious real-world achievements. So let's check out how these students are taking what they've learned and making waves outside the university gates.
Just take sports, for example. LCW has this amazing athletic culture. They just recently won the Women's Basketball Championship and the APSUM Olympiad Basketball Trophy. And look, it's not just about winning trophies. It's about creating a culture of excellence and a competitive spirit. And hey, remember that mission about entrepreneurship? Well, this is where it really comes to life. It's called the Khadija Tool Kubra Business Incubation Center, or KBIC for short. It's a place specifically designed to help students take their great ideas and turn them into actual running businesses. How cool is that? But LCW's influence also goes way beyond its own campus. It's become a global hub for ideas. They're always hosting these huge international conferences, like a recent one on Punjabi language and culture, that bring in experts from all over the world. It really puts the university right at the center of these important conversations. You know, at the end of the day, the real measure of any university is its alumni. And LCW has produced generation after generation of leaders who've made a huge mark on culture, politics, and society. We're talking about famous artists like Bushra Ansari, powerful political figures like Maryam Nawaz, and even national athletes like Diana Baik. This is the real-world impact of that mission they started with a century ago.
So, after 100 years of changing lives and shaping society, what's next? What does the future look like for an institution that already has such an incredible legacy?
When you look at its whole journey, it's so clear that LCW is way more than just a university. It's a catalyst for progress. For generations, it's been this engine, empowering women who then go out and completely transform their communities and their country.
And that really leaves us with one powerful thought. For over a century, this university has proven a simple but profound idea. When you empower women with education, you're not just helping them build a career, you're helping them build a nation. The legacy is undeniable. The only question left is, what will the next 100 years bring?